yourself, but you don't fold under the pressure of be this way. You know what I mean?
I mean, the way I look at it is this. At the end of the day, you could pressure me to be the way you want me to be, but we all different for a reason.
Yeah.
Hey, if we go to the ice cream shop right now and they got one flavor, vanilla, that'll be whack. That'll be boring. But they got different selections for different tastes. I mean, that's just the way everything.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Unadulterated You. I'm Bianca, and this is Teddy, and we're just coming back with another video. But first, before we do that, we want to highlight a super encouraging message that we received from Teddy's aunt, Gail. So encouraging, and I'm just gonna let him go ahead and read it because it really speaks for itself.
Well, I'm not gonna read the whole letter. I'm just gonna show the beautiful letter. As you see with the card, like she really took the time. I don't know if you see it. Yeah. She really took the time to make this and make a beautiful letter. I mean, we appreciate everybody who gives us the love and the comments and encouragement. But my aunt, she really went out her way, so I wanted to shout out. So I shout you out, Aunt Gail from Boston.
Yeah, and I just want to say that well, since he's not going to read it, I'll just say that a lot of the message was super, like I said, encouraging for me. And, man, I was just amazed by it. And so I really appreciate it as well.
Yeah, I mean, we need that because there's certain days, Bianca can tell you, there's days she don't want to get up here. There's days I don't. But, you know, those encouraging words from you guys really help us. And that's what gets us to keep on doing this.
It really does. Like, I'm just smiling because I think it's amazing. But it's funny because that kind of alludes to our topic today, which is the need to be accepted. And so it's like, on one end, you know, we started this channel, not necessarily feeling like we need to be accepted, but, you know, it's always good when you can receive support from individuals. And so I want to talk about, you know, needing to be accepted, like where does that even come from? And also just the fact that it is okay to receive support from others and even give support, lend support to others because, you know, we all are lending to each other. So just to not kind of let everyone, if you do love somebody or you have family members or friends, not to kind of take them for granted and let them stand on their own, especially when you see that they're trying. But let's just backtrack and talk about the need to be accepted. What do you think that stems from?
Well, me personally, I think like the whole root of wanting to be accepted is, let's face it, we all come from God and we get separated from God. And it's like we all longing to be back close with him. But it's like we looking at all the wrong places. We looking to be accepted by people, by job titles, by promotions, or any other materialistic things in life to replace what we really longing from God.
Mm-hmm. So it's like a void there, is what you're speaking of, that we're longing for. And so I do believe also, I mean, to a certain extent, like I said, it's okay to need that support from others. And that's why God gifted us, each other, gave us, you know, family members, loved ones to kind of lend that to each other. And sometimes we can take it for granted, but it is impactful, you know, to have that acceptance from the people that are around you. And rejection is something that's not really fun. It doesn't feel good. So, you know, just someone accepting you as you are, you know, without any cover up or, you know, you put it on acting like you're something that you're not. That's really important.
Exactly. And I know if I can, y'all guys know I like to use situations as a way to explain. And I don't mind being transparent. But I know I had a situation maybe 5 years ago. For you guys who don't know, I play the drums. I'm a drummer. So I had a situation where I had a particular opportunity to play the drums, and everybody was in my corner except a small group of people who I really valued their opinion because there was other musicians. So just like what you were saying, that need to be accepted, I literally talked myself out of the position because I felt like I wasn't accepted by that group.
Kind of not feeling good enough, even because
Exactly.
you didn't have that support from that group. And just to be honest, I'm not sure if they did accept you or not. But oftentimes people do want to cheer you on, or they're cheering you on silently. But it's good if you could just voice that sometimes towards others. To let them know that they're doing well, and what you give is what you'll get back for yourself as well, I believe.
Well, me personally, I really think they was really going out of their way because they didn't like me for whatever reason. But at that point in my life, I wasn't where I am now. Like, if I was in that situation, I would have still forged forward and been mature enough to know that this is what I got to do. And if everybody is not on board, that's cool. But at that time of my life, I wasn't where I am now. So, I mean, the young people, well, I'm saying young like we old, but but we would call those haters. They was hating. They was hating.
Yeah, well, everybody know how to deal with haters. Like, how do you deal with that? Is that just a part of you? I'm now I'm frozen, but I'm gonna keep talking. I don't know why it's frozen, but anyway, is it like a part of you maturing or learning to kind of walk on your own path, or how do you deal with that if they haters anyway?
I mean, it's hard. It's something that you don't just get. It's like you got to learn how to do that. Because, like, even now, I'm talking like I got better, but there's still areas of my life that I still want acceptance. Like, even when we do these videos, I've asked many people to watch these videos and say, what do you think about it? Did I sound funny? Did I get my point across right? So there's some level of insecurity that's there, and that level of
All of
wanting to be accepted. Yeah, like what you just said. Yeah.
and all of us, and it's like even us willing to bend, willing to change sometimes who we are just to be accepted. Like I just want to stress to the viewers or anybody, especially somebody younger. I know my own son watches these videos. Don't worry about um, changing to meet the standards of other people. Don't worry about that because the truth is the more you change, it's either they're going to accept you or not. It's always going to be somebody that you can't please. And so it's best just not to even go down that path. It's a dead end trying to figure out, is so and so, even is my mom going to accept me, or is my dad going to accept me? I think it's just really important to try to get a feel for who you are and walk in that light. And eventually, if whoever it is doesn't accept you, they'll come around. Or maybe they're not meant to be around.
True. But I think one thing, and again, that comes with maturity, is learning the haters and constructive criticism. Because some critiquing is not bad. If somebody comes up to you, of course, in love, telling you, because me and you know of a particular situation where we wanted to critique a certain individual.
I mean, we didn't want to.
Yeah, but they didn't want to listen.
It's the need. It's not that we want to critique anybody. Never.
Is that me and you both saw something that was not so great about this person, and it wasn't that we was hating, and it wasn't that we was trying to tell them that they're a bad person, but we was trying to tell them as friends that you need to check this area because the way you're looking at it or the way you handle this is not so right. And they didn't take it so great.
They didn't. But so yeah, if it's coming from a place of love,
exactly.
I hope that we be mature enough to receive it and change for the better for sure. But not if you feel like you don't like my hair color or you don't like my eyes, or so I should go have surgery to change the color of my eyes, or I should go dye my hair because you said you didn't like that. oh, you don't think I'm smart enough. Well, I'm working to get there. Do not allow, allow me the grace. Like what you talked about before.
Yeah.
Allow
Hmm.
me the grace to become that. That comes over time. But it shouldn't be that people make demands or for you to meet when it comes to who they are as individuals. Now, yes, we always welcome constructive criticism, especially in love.
Definitely, definitely. And I'm learning that too, because it's almost like things go kind of like full circle.
Hmm.
Like some people call it karma, and some people call it you reaping what you sow.
Yeah.
I've been in some situations lately that I feel like I'm reaping what I sow, because I remember there was a time in my life where I was like super duper critical on people, on certain situations. And I'm starting to see situations now where people are coming at me, critiquing me where I'm at. And it's like, well, okay, you was able to dish it, but now can you take it?
That's just big because I think it's hard to take it.
Oh
But you
yeah.
know what? Like you said, as you mature, you can accept, some things, some concerns that people have. It's okay to accept those things, or if you hear that and it doesn't apply, just keep it moving. Don't let it discourage you. Yes, we want to be accepted. Yes, we need that love. That's what God gave us, love, and to love one another. That's what He commanded us to do. So, understandably, we need that love and engagement from others. But if it's something that is discouraging, you
Hmm.
know, especially intentionally. You remember you said that those people really didn't necessarily like you. You know, give yourself permission to step away from those types of environments because
That's true.
that's not going to better you. You need to be somewhere where the individuals help you to thrive and grow.
Yeah. I'm not saying that that was the good situation for me. For me, maybe it was a good thing that I got away from it. But I do wish that I was more mature at that time,
Hmm.
that I didn't freak out over it like I did back then. Like I was really in my feelings back then.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by that.
And just the opposite of your situation, I think I was in a setting, church setting, I have been where, everybody hasn't been necessarily receiving of someone. Well, me, I went into a setting where the people were kind of well versed on the rules, the religion, how we do things. And when I'm younger and I come in and I don't operate like that. I haven't been taught like that, for this certain denomination or whatever. Um, it could be pressurizing, and it could be like, me in a mature state. Do I fold? Do I give up? Is this going to determine my faith, or is this going to stop me from pursuing God? And so, just thankfully, God strengthened me to, kind of weather that and push through and still stand in what He given me to do in those settings. And from there, that's why and how I've been able to grow and mature. I think sometimes at a faster rate, um, from what I'm told, from older people. Just that's what helped me. It strengthened me, and I was in this thing, and it was kind of tumultuous, and it was people never not really receiving of me for whatever reason. But if you I think sometimes you can get something from those situations. Like you say, you don't know if it was the best thing to step away or not. Sometimes you could have gotten something just to stand in that, because you were talented and you were capable of doing, what God gifted you to do. But it felt like you needed to get away from that. Is that
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
But you know what? I like, and we don't do this on purpose, but I like how our videos always tie in with each other
Mm-hmm.
somehow, some way. Because what you just touched just now ties into our religion video.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you say, the need to be accepted by people, but now you're telling a story of religious people who didn't want to accept you because you didn't follow the rules of their religion. Not that you love God or you had a relationship with God, but the the rules of religion and the tradition that they came up, you didn't fit that bill.
Yeah. It wouldn't be. It really wasn't that. Oh, does she love God? It's just that
Hmm.
she maybe is she gonna wear the dress, or does she wear
Yeah.
pants, or
Hmm.
maybe is she going to fall in line? Hey, you have to do this way. And if she's not that way, then we don't accept her. Who cares about her relationship with God? Let's put on the show,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so that's what religion does. It really does bound you, and God frees us. He frees us from being bound. He frees us from any bondage. So it's like, that's where, like you said, we don't do it on purpose, tying these videos together. But see, it's the fact that these are the situations and oppositions and circumstances that life continues to present. And it is like full circle. It's like you continue to face these things, especially if you are somebody who is Christian, like you said, happens to be Christian, or you happen to be seeking God. These things, these stipulations and these boundaries um, continue to present themselves. And it's always, a question of what do you do with that? And so that's the purpose of us even doing these videos yet again.
Exactly. And like we said, we didn't start this video to go into religion, but it always seems to be part of that, because out of all my friends or people that I know that don't go to church, they don't go to church for that reason right there. The same people that say we want to grow the church, we want to grow the church fund, we want to build our ministry and all that, it's the same people that drive the people away that they say that they're trying to bring.
I mean, it's really awful, or I have a friend or older friends that tell me, they would, when someone would get pregnant, they would have to go and stand in front of the church and apologize for being
What? Yo,
pregnant.
that's
I've heard
crazy.
several people tell me that the church required them to stand up and apologize for being pregnant out of wedlock or whatever. Like, what about if that deterred someone like me? And
That's
I feel
crazy.
like God has gifted me, and I feel like I have so much to offer. And it really makes me sad, because what if that had been something that was pushed upon me to do? How would I be today? What impact does it have on people when you continue to have these rules and this is the way we accept you? And outside of this, we're not going to accept you. How is that ever going to be fair? And then put that, if you are a person that, kind of goes by those guidelines, I guess put yourself in those shoes and ask yourself, is it really okay? And I believe that the fact that you do that, and I'm sorry I had to approach this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I believe that the fact that you do that is something that has been pushed upon you too. And at some point it was uncomfortable for you, So think about the time that it made you feel uncomfortable. And do you really want to put that on anyone else? I mean, is it really okay, to continue in a lie of being just to paint a certain picture? You carry that, and why I say lies, because it's this perception of, oh, this is how we're supposed to operate, and God didn't necessarily say all that. I mean, a lot of stuff we do, it's not there, it's not in the Bible that tells us to do that.
Well, trust me, I'm saying people that's making them rules and try to make people feel bad, they ain't no different. They got a mess just like everybody else. The only difference is they've been doing the whole routine of church longer, so they know how to cover up they mess a little better than other people. But trust me, the mess is there. There ain't nobody that walked this earth better than anybody. The only one who did it perfect was Jesus at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that is so true. And if we can kind of transition outside of the church into the world, um, you know, as always in the workplace, or at school for the younger kids, or social settings, that you have to act a certain way. You have to be a certain way to be accepted by people, and which actually is a little more lax, but what I'm saying, still, it's these impressions that we put upon others to be a certain way, not allowing people to be individuals, not allowing
Exactly.
them to even get comfortable in their skin. You know, this is what I think the direction we're going is just trying to encourage people to do that. Get comfortable in being who you are and walking in that truth, you know, but
Exactly.
all these different settings that don't allow you to be that. So also it's okay to step away and know and get to know who you are. Here we go. Back to another video. Get to know who you are, and then you don't compromise. You don't fold in certain settings. Yes, you can take constructive criticism, and yes, you use that to better yourself, but you don't fold under the pressure of be this way. You know what I mean?
I mean, the way I look at it is this: at the end of the day, you could pressure me to be the way you want me to be, but we all different for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, if we go to the ice cream shop right now and they got one flavor, vanilla, that would be whack. That would
Yeah.
be boring. But they got different selections for different tastes. I mean, that's just the way everything is.
Yeah. I believe, man, that's just what the beauty of the world is, to have a variety of people and being, you know, what a boring world it would be so boring. It would be so mundane, you know, me and you are just alike. Like, how can you even lend to me if me and you are just alike? Like, how can we even walk in our own purposes if me and you continue to do things just alike? You know, there's
Exactly.
no way. I don't think that, you know, the world couldn't even progress that way. It wouldn't be any internet because we have the same thought process. And so you can come up with an idea and I come up with the exact idea. No, we have to lend to each other to even build or to even grow as we continue to talk about.
Say, we wouldn't be a unadulterated you if we sound just like the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Breakfast Club, but we ain't the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
We ain't all these other places. We
Mm-hmm.
all different.
Yeah. And I am actually grateful for platforms like that because
Of course. I
they're
love the
there,
Breakfast Club.
yeah, they're there for us to see, like, we don't all have to be the same, but we can still get something from those things. We don't have to be the same. We don't have to think the same, and actually, we don't even have to believe the same. We
Exactly.
don't.
Nope. Exactly. I 100% agree.
Yeah. So I think that pretty much covers it. Just to recap, that I think that what we discovered is that the need to be accepted is, you know, from the void of the presence of God in our lives. He may be present, but we're the one longing for to have a greater presence of Him, and also to encourage others is a good thing. You know, if it's a time where you can encourage somebody, please do. You know, because it sometimes determines if they go up or if they stay the same.
Exactly.
Just because it looks like, oh, she's running, she's thriving, you know, send them a message and just tell them that they're doing well. And, you know, that lets them know that that love is there for them. Because
Exactly.
surely I know you have loved ones and I know you have friends that you love to see grow. So, yeah, let them know. Let them know that they're doing well.
And that kind of go back to what I said the other day. Like, give people the same grace you want. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you are going through something, like even with the music thing, we talked about the drums. Like, if I was to walk to a guy who just played the drums for the first time, I'm not gonna go up to him and say, "Oh man, you can't even keep the beat. What's wrong with you, bro? You shouldn't even play the drums. Like, quit that. Go throw your sticks away." Like, how that sound? Like, that's not how I would want somebody to come to me. If I'm playing a beat and I'm messing up, I don't mind the critique, but let me know in a loving way. So the same grace I would give to a beginner who never touched a stick before, I would want somebody else who's an advanced drummer to come up to me and say, "Hey, guy, yeah, you play pretty good, but can I give you some advice? Maybe you can do this and this and this and this." So
Yeah.
get that same grace.
Yeah, I like that. And that just takes me back to your aunt, just to be thankful again for those types of messages. She's not the only one, but definitely just to kind of zero in on her again for taking out that time. And, you know, she may not have, I don't know why this thing keeps freezing up, but anyway, I'm going to keep talking. She
Yeah, you
may
good,
not
man.
have, you know, grown up in the time that we grew up in. And she may not do things the way that we do things, But isn't it amazing that somebody who doesn't necessarily do the things we do can encourage you in your path? Yeah, that's really big. That's huge. That means a lot.
Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you so much. And so anyway, then we're gonna go ahead and just close this video out. I hope that you guys were able to get something from it. And again, we welcome all of the encouragement and even constructive criticism. And thank you for the support. If you will, please like, share, and subscribe our videos. Subscribe to our videos and send an email to unadulteratedview@gmail.com if you have some topics that you would like for us to discuss. And until next time.
Check y'all later.